What do you think in terms of looking? Obviously, it's only in the afternoon now, and as deadline day is, we could even say it's early on. Well, I mean, we could be saying that at 10 o'clock with an hour to go. And
it's not early on if you started at 6:30 this morning.
Well,
I'll tell you.
We feel the pain.
Yes.
What do you expect to happen in terms of how busy clubs are? And you mentioned that the lower teams might do more than the higher teams towards the end of the season. Do you think that towards the end of the deadline? What do you think about the activity that might happen with them?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the teams down near the bottom of the table who are struggling, trying to stay up. I think they're going to be the busiest ones. I think Arsenal, we're hearing, are going to sign Kim Källström.
Yeah.
Which was not exciting a lot of people, to be fair. He's 31 now. He's probably past his best years, but good experienced player. He could do a job for Arsenal in the midfield, just keep things ticking over. If they do that, I don't think they'll do much else. You've got Tottenham who are saying they're not doing any signings. Man City, still debatable whether they get these two lads in. Man United have said that's them done.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Liverpool who might bring in the Ukrainian. I think it's going to be the teams, the Palaces, the Sunderlands,
the smaller teams,
the
Fulhams,
all the teams who are
survive.
desperate to stay up.
Yeah.
Going to throw money at it and try and make sure we stay in the Premier League, which is key. So expect them to be doing the business around 11 o'clock. Maybe West Ham, they always like a late deal as well.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on those ones. Teams near the bottom, I think, will be doing the business.
And what's your overall role with tonight? Will you be up, yellow tie on, and
yellow tie, yellow onesie if they'll
yellow
have
onesie.
that all on.
They should do that.
Jim White needs
they
to
did
get
have
yellow
onesies
onesie
for the cricket.
Yes, right, okay.
Australia, but for some reason they haven't brought a deadline day one out. So that's
Big deadline day onesie.
Exactly.
White.
That's
Maybe
the
I'll put that idea
thought
forward.
for next year,
There we
definitely.
go.
That'll work.
That'll give me a pay rise. But no, I'll be on the phone. I'll be getting texts. I'll be getting calls, getting tip-offs of deals that are happening. I'll be texting my colleagues at work and saying, here we go, get this out, get this done. Speaking to them in London as well, the reporters. We'll be doing it on Sky Sports News as well. Giving them tip-offs, which we've been doing throughout the window. So I might be off, but I'll still be at home and I'll still be getting battered with phone calls probably. And my missus will be getting very unhappy with me. But she understands it's deadline day, so she'll be glad when it's all over.
How do you feel about what you actually do? Do you think, I'm getting all this information that people aren't getting and I'm being able to have it myself and know all these things? Do you think it's quite cool? Because we obviously think it's quite cool.
That's good. It can be annoying at times as well.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday night on the
Especially on a day like
28th of January, somebody's calling you at 10:30 or 11, you're like, oh, come on, leave me alone. But yeah, it's good. If you can get an exclusive for a good news that's not out there anywhere in the papers or any other media, it's a little string to your bow, really. But I've been doing it so long now, so it's
just
almost
day to day, really.
Almost, it's like, Groundhog Day, let's do it again. Deadline day just comes and goes. Obviously, it's exciting for the fans who sitting there. We all know we see the fans outside grounds
waiting patiently
for like, oh, we're going to sign him. So it's a big deal, and I think Sky have done a good job with it, really. Transfer deadline day, they've made an event, really.
Yeah, it's a superb day.
People are taking like sickies and all sorts of things. Like years ago, people wouldn't even have thought of that. It's a massive event. Look how popular Jim White is.
Huge.
It's huge.
I think Jim White.
He's trending.
Jim White Day has been trending all day.
Jim White Day. I think.
So it's amazing the whole pull that Sky have brought it all together. Who would have thought transfers and everything would make good TV? But they've done a good job on it, to be fair, and we get a lot of good figures online as well. I'm sure you guys do as well.
Yeah.
It's popular. So, like I said, I've always said, you look at newspapers, what sells? It's back page headlines.
Definitely.
It's what people want to read. People want to know who's going to their club, who we're after, how much money's involved, and all that. It's all about the big players as well. You got Ronaldo's, your Messi's. Obviously, they're not moving this window, but if something like that happens, it's massive news. So, transfer deadline day, I think it's here for good, and just keep growing and growing because people are just more and more interested in football.
Yeah.
We're waiting for a national holiday now.
Well, I'll take that. Well, not for good for me. I'll be working, so everybody else will be off, and they'll be in the pub watching Sky Sports News. And
They'll be watching you do all your work.
That'd be great for us, though.
It'll be a good day, but I don't think that'll ever happen. But I know in Europe they sort of say it's a bit more laid back.
Yeah.
Not as much focus on deadline day. I think if you went to France or Germany, it's like most of their business is done.
Yeah. They like to get it done early.
Yeah, well, English clubs leave it last minute. I can't get my head around that still, why they leave it so late. I know it's maybe getting a better fee for a certain player, but it's just so much trouble, so much hassle.
So much pressure on it at the end.
Pressure, if they don't get their target, anything could
happen. It could end the season, especially for a team at the bottom of the league.
Exactly. spend maybe 31 days trying to do a deal. You think, oh, we'll wait to the end, we'll get a good fee, we won't have to pay as much, and it won't happen.
And they might wait so long that another club comes and nicks him.
Well, I think that's happened. Liverpool with Salah.
Yeah.
They probably should have had that done, sealed, signed, delivered. He should be in a Liverpool shirt now, but they sort of took their time, and Chelsea got rid of Mata. They had money then. Thought, right, we'll steal him.
We'll nick him off to Liverpool.
There we go, and they'll probably end up getting the benefit of it, really. So
Yeah.
Liverpool have had to switch their attentions elsewhere, and if they get a deal done, we'll have to wait and see.
Right, so we've got some questions for you on
Yep.
certain players that have moved. Firstly, Lewis Holtby. He came to Tottenham from Schalke, a Champions League player. A lot of us thought of him. Could he take Tottenham into the Champions League and keep them there with the team that they were building?
Yep.
But now he's gone on loan to Fulham. Do you see that as effectively almost ending his career in the Premier League, or do you think it's a chance for him to revive himself and get a place back at Tottenham when he returns?
Yeah, well, Tim Sherwood's come out saying he's got a future at Tottenham, so
Yeah.
that'll be good for Lewis to hear that. I just think he wanted to play. He wanted to play football. He wasn't getting that at Tottenham at the minute.
Yeah.
Tim Sherwood's got his team set out who he wants to play. He wants to give a lot of the young lads that he's worked with at Tottenham a bit of a chance, which he has done with Bentley, who's been very good so far.
He has deserved his
since
place,
he's
to be fair.
so he's kept his place, but big chance for Lewis Holtby just to go out and play. Whether Fulham can sign him on a permanent, I don't know. It all depends on them staying up. Could be a key player for them to try and get. I think he's a good player, Lewis.
Very good
done
player.
very well at Schalke. He's always done alright for me when he's played for Spurs as
Yeah.
well. Done very well. Done well when they're in the
I
Europa
think he's
League.
just been unlucky with the Bale going and all these players coming in.
So it's been a bit of a mixed time for him, but I think he was always going to stay in England. I think he wanted to stay. There was a lot of interest in Germany because he did well with Schalke, but I think his intention was always to stay in England. And Fulham, London club, doesn't have to really
have to move, does he?
Exactly, so it could be a good solution for him, and he'll be guaranteed starting there, I think.
He will.
Could work out for him well.
And Palace today signed Wayne Hennessy from Wolves, a very good keeper, Welsh international. Do you think Speroni's been there for years and years? Do you think that's Speroni done and dusted? He's been struggling this season.
I don't know. I think he's done all right.
Yeah.
In places, they've kept a few clean sheets under Tony Pulis.
Under
the
Pulis,
defence is a lot
changed.
better. So he's obviously Tony Pulis' man. He likes Hennessy. I know he's tried to get him before. He's a big keeper, good with the ball at his feet, which maybe Speroni isn't.
Yeah.
He's 2-footed, 6'4", but the problem for Hennessy has been his injuries.
Yeah.
Set him back quite a bit. He's always been highly rated when he was at Wolves. There's been some big clubs looking at him, but he's had his injury problems. He's been keen to leave Wolves for a while now. Didn't want to be playing in League One.
Yeah.
Chance to go into Palace now. Big chance for him if he can go there, keep them up. Those big clubs will probably come looking after him again, but I still, the 3 million was a strange fee for me.
It's quite a large fee, isn't it?
Large fee on deadlines there for a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is the big position they need to get. Probably need to get
especially in League One.
Yeah, exactly. Wolves have done a good deal there.
Yeah.
We know James Moxey's a good negotiator, so he's obviously done well, especially since Wayne Hennessy sort of refused to play a few weeks back, looking to go to Palace. So yeah, Wolves have probably come out well of that, and good for Hennessy to get back in the Premier League, and it's up to him now to fight Speroni for the #1 shirt.
Yeah.
Do you expect Palace to offload quite a lot of players in the last few hours now?
Oh,
Obviously,
I think so.
They've got one of Europe's biggest squads, and it's known that Holloway brought in a lot of players.
Yeah.
And they're now obviously they've got Hennessy in. They're talking to people like Tom Ince, Joe Ledley. Surely they've got to offload some players now.
Yeah, I think for the 25-man Premier League squad, they're going to go way over the limit. So I think you'll see quite a few loans going on at Palace in the next few hours before 11 o'clock. There's the likes of Aaron Wilbraham, there's Glenn Murray who's coming back from injury, whether he might be loaned out, he might be shipped out on loan. Might be maybe their third choice keeper, might be Lewis Price, might be going because of Hennessy's coming in. Got Scott Dan might be going in as well, so maybe a centre half might be heading out. There's a lot of, as you said, Holloway did a lot of business late on last year. Seems like they're doing it again this year. So they haven't learned their lesson on that front really. So, but Tony Pulis is notorious. When he was at Stoke, he loved a late deal. He thought it was good. I'll get a late signing, it'll be a good fee for me. I won't have to pay over the odds. So expect them to be busy, and as you said, 3 or 4. But I'm hearing Ince and Ledley might be stalling. So who knows? They might not be over the line. Joe Ledley might decide to stay at Celtic and go on a free in the summer. So I think Barry Bannon could be a surprise one maybe on the way.
Yeah. Well, we'll finish off with this last question. Probably the biggest, most talked about transfer that hasn't happened. Julian Draxler coming to Arsenal, but obviously it hasn't happened. What did you think about it? Did you think it was going to happen, or is it something that will happen in the summer?
I think this one will be revisited in the summer, definitely. We all know Arsene Wenger's a massive fan of him. He's tried to get him before. He's been watching him a lot. But Schalke weren't too keen to do a deal now.
Yeah.
Why are you going to sell one of your best players?
Especially when you've got a release clause so high in the summer.
Exactly. They're in the Champions League. He would have been cup tied in the Champions League for Arsenal. I think it's best for the lad himself to stay there, play regularly. He's settled there. He's got a World Cup coming up for Germany as well.
Yeah.
You've got to remember. So this would have been a big upheaval for him. 6 months going to Arsenal, World Cup coming up. I think Arsenal probably at the head of the queue for the summer to get him, but there'll be a lot of clubs in for him, especially if he has a very good World Cup.
Yeah.
You'll have the likes of Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea will probably jump on it as well. There'll be teams across Europe, Paris Saint-Germain. They'll all be looking at Draxler, but maybe Arsene Wenger's got it all lined up.
He's got his little German connection going now, hasn't he?
Well, he's done alright to get Ozil in, so maybe he'll think, right, come and join Mertesacker, Podolski, Ozil, your old teammates in Germany, so come and join. So I think maybe summertime we could see Draxler in an Arsenal shirt.
That's great.
Well, that's the end.
I think that's all we've got time
I could
for.
ask you.
That was short and sweet.
I could ask you a million questions, but it's just everything that's online, circulating online at the moment, and it'll probably be resolved in the next few hours anyway.
Yeah.
And all the best for tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sleep well.
I'll try to. I will sleep well tonight. It'll be over.
Yeah. Try.
I'm off tomorrow, so there you go.
Oh, brilliant.
I can relax, so that's the plan anyway. I'll still be checking.
Yeah.
I'm sure my Twitter will be going crazy probably, with people abusing me probably. If I get a transfer wrong, oh god.
Has that ever happened? Have you ever got one wrong?
Oh yeah, everybody gets one wrong.
But have you ever
It might not necessarily be your fault, but
have you ever put one out there, done deal, that everything's done, and it's just fallen through at the last second?
I can't think off the top of my head, but probably.
Okay.
Probably have, and something's happened, like something is medical, or
Medical
he's got a
fails.
sick change of heart and club half, and it's like, oh my god, get yourself out of this one, so you start digging. So yeah, Twitter, it's a great tool, but a lot of the time
It can backfire.
yes, it can backfire, and don't take things personally. I would say don't read all the tweets you get.
Yeah.
That'd be my advice. But yeah, it's a great tool for fans to keep in touch with news. It's a big thing for Sky now as well, Twitter. So yeah, I'm sure I'll be on it later, putting out tweets, and hopefully all of them are right.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Fingers crossed. Cheers,
Thanks
Pete.
very much,
problems.
Pete.
All the
Thanks
best.
for coming in.
Take care.
Yeah,
Thank
you too.
Cheers. Brilliant.
Cheers for that, Pete.
Alright.
Thank
Yeah,
you
that
ever
was
so
great.
much.
No problems, lads.
We could have, like Adam said, we could have asked a million.